Laid there, and the doctor came in. They're going to put a PICC line in you. We're going to do this. We're going to sedate you. We're going to put you on the ventilator, and you're going to be dead because you got your lawyer flying in to unplug you so my wife or children wouldn't have to do it. I didn't want that burden on them. And I looked over to the doctor. I said, I want you to take that mask off. And he said, why? I said, because I want to see the face of the man that's going to kill me tonight.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'm a straightforward guy. I'm from the Bronx. And I want people to be straightforward with me.
Yeah.
And he got mad and he left. And those words came out to make him upset. God gave me those words and they got him upset so he wouldn't have a problem when I told him when he came back, I'm not getting on the ventilator. And he's going to say, great, he'll die in pain. I'll fix him and he'll just die tonight anyways and he'll deal with the pain because I'm in charge of all of this.
Right? Such a pleasure spending time with you, Rusty.
Thank you.
I want to tease you just a little about your big family in a way that it's like, so does anybody ever call you like, I have to say your last name right, Bresse?
Bresse, yes. Okay.
So like the Bresse bunch?
Yeah.
Because you got all the kids together. What about Bresse von Trapp? No, we'll have to say it the other way. Family von Bresse.
It's just the breeze. I mean, I tell people I was a junior in college before I could spell it because it's been called everything and everything. And then I see some really crazy last names and I'm like, how in the world can they pronounce all of that? And then they look at it when they see Bresse, they see two E's in it instead of two S's. So yes. the eyes are the trick. And then they go, well, that guy's not spelling it right. He's got two S's on it. He must have made a mistake. Okay. But listen.
All the time. Well, look at my last name. I mean, Guccione,
right.
When I say it out loud, people go, excuse me? What just came out of your mouth? So anyway, it's a little bit of
but they'll get that, but they won't get
no
Bresse, which is like I said, hey, listen, it's an inside joke with the family. And so, my cousins have dealt with it. I mean, everybody, it's not just like, my kids. It's happening everywhere. I think it came from Canada, and they may call it Bresse or Bresse with a little accent.
Right. Is there any French we don't influence there or something? So
yeah, we don't even know if that's I think that, grandma, when she got married, she married a Bresse, and that's what it is. We don't even know if my dad, if Bresse was his father. He was the last kid.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah.
So, they were calling him Wilkinson, but he chose Bresse when he went into the army. And I said, Dad, we would have been Wilkinsons. I mean, come on. They can't mess that up.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, somebody builds character. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Oh, great. Strong internal compass there, your father, huh?
Well, I was a cool breeze on the radio when I DJ'd in college. And so, so it's a cool breeze.
It was valuable.
And so, so when I see people, they go, Rusty Breeze. And
I like it. I sure like it. Hey, I might use that next time. Okay. I like it.
So Rusty I'm like, listen, I don't care.
Oh, that is so cool. I have just been so impressed with everything that you have brought today and a courage that is taken to, work through a near-death experience, basically, and to not believe the world and to come back into the world to share the things that you have. I was going to say that, again, I'm going to try some of the things in your book. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do them because I feel really good. This is a good time for me. And so just kind of as a loose idea, I'd kind of like to put out there that maybe 6 months or so from now, maybe a little sooner, but when we'd love to come back together with you, see what you're doing, see what what projects you're doing. And then I can also report on some of the things that I have experienced while going through the process, of cleaning up my or I like the word financial wellness. Actually, I love that. Yeah, I got it from your website.
Well, it is about health,
Yeah.
and it is about well-being. And if people can just mix a little spirituality into it, the sparrow never worries about if it's going to eat or not.
Yes.
And if we just get up and we don't worry about those things and we just live our lives and know that there's something better, if we just try our best to do the best, but we're never going to be the best or perfect at anything. And we're going to make mistakes, but okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay. Actually, I'm in a frame of mind these days that I don't even mind my mistakes because I know something's happening for me. It really is. All I have to do is look at it and say, okay, what does this situation provide for me? Because it's given me a chance to look at my life a different way, and make a correction, whatever it is. So even the mistakes that we make are actually equal to the benefits or the things that we do good, because you have to have both, let's get a circle. We have to have both sides.
You
And
have to have both sides. And I'm going to plug up my best friend's book. It's Don't Die in Your Sins.
oh,
It's
I did
about
see,
66
yes,
pages. I put it on my website,
I saw that.
so people can get to it. Um, if you privately email me something, Melissa, I'll send you a book for free. And this book is in probably 7 or 8 different languages now around the world. It's about 66 pages,
Okay.
and it's not a religious book. It's an awakening book, and it makes a whole lot of sense. And the author of that is my best friend, and he was on the phone with me every single day I was in the hospital. And he was on the phone with me on his anniversary night when the doctor came in and told me I was going to die. And he heard it and he said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "You got me ready, man. I'm going to die. I'm good. You got me ready. You prepared me. I'm good to go."
It's
You
wow.
know, what else am I going to do? Sit here and waller? I'm smart. I'm not, I'm not a rocket scientist, but as he says, I'm not a bowling ball either. And so when you get no help and your oxygen level is turned up to the max at 100 miles an hour and your lungs are filling up and there's no medication and you're just laying there and you're trying to preoccupy and keep yourself going, is what I did. I didn't sleep for 4 days. That
Yeah.
I what else you're done. You're done. You're out of there.
Well, you had something with you, that gave you even just opening to that calmness like that instead of, sheer panic is it probably, well,
Listen,
obviously
I had people all over the world
help change things.
In India and Africa, Australia. I had people all over the world praying for me. I mean, I knew what was going on. I'm like, why would they even consider that? Because I have no real purpose to stuff. I don't. I'm a nobody. I'm really, and I'm not just saying that for somebody to say, no, you're somebody. I'm a nobody. I'm just one of, billions of people that get up every day, that deals with depression, deals
Mm,
with
mm.
reality, deals with those types of things in life. And you never feel you're good enough to do things, but you got to go rah, rah, rah to the world. And you then have to switch gears and say, why are you so worried about the world? And why are you so worried about being in this world when this world has really not much for you, but God does? He's given it to us, but this is not how he planned it. You know that. He didn't plan
I
us to live
do.
like this. We were going to live forever. And one day maybe that will happen
Yeah.
for a lot of people. And so that's what we hold on to. That's what I teach my children. That's what we work on. We don't work on how much money can you make when you finish school. And my younger children, they are, not because they're my kids, they're brilliant. my 12-year-old twins, they can code. They're so much smarter than I am
Oh,
on stuff. Their robotics, the stuff. My daughter, 14 years old, she came in, Dad, I'm going to be a nurse practitioner. She chose it and she's focusing. She's taking those type of classes in the ninth grade. She's doing those things. She's focused. I said, so you're going to take care of me when I get old? They go, what are you going to do, Dad? I said, in 2 years, I probably know who I am.
right.
And so,
Just,
you
just,
know, you know,
just
dementia will
get
come in.
prepared.
Yeah. So one of you six kids are going to have to take care of me
Tell you.
and do something,
Well,
you
you're
know.
a good
So
planner, right? You're putting that into place.
yeah, they'll be like, yeah,
Yeah,
Dad,
they don't believe it.
just
I know. Get
roll
out
them
of
out
here.
onto the back porch, and then move them over to the front porch, depending on the sun coming in, and he'll be okay. Get the little dribble off of him, and we're on with our lives, Dad. Thanks for preparing us.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
where can people get your book, Faith, Family, and Finance? I know it's on Amazon.
yeah,
What else?
maybe
Where
Barnes and
else?
Noble,
Okay.
Walmart, everything is online. I don't think
Okay.
there's any hard copies anywhere. And so I think that's
Just
where they
most of
are.
your regular places to
I,
look,
I think
and
so. Yeah, I don't spend any time checking any of that.
that's okay. Other people are helping you with that.
Yeah,
And just because we're coming into the holiday seasons, I wasn't sure if this was from your website, but to me, your book would make an absolutely fabulous Christmas present or birthday present or, anytime, of course. But just because we're coming into the holiday season, just kind of like getting people to think about the gift to be able to change the rest of your life. I know if somebody gave me a book and I followed it, and 2 years later, I have finances and stuff to buy a new house or do whatever I want with my life. That one pivotal moment when someone bought me that book, they were going to be at the top of my Christmas list for the rest of my life. It's a
right.
fabulous thing to give.
Well, I appreciate that. They can use it as a weapon if they get the hard copy one.
Just in case if they need to bat someone around with it. Let's hope not. Let's
and then
hope
and,
not.
and they can read it and do it, and they can become credit experts. I don't,
I don't know.
it's what you get. My kids have read it. They go, Dad, it's pretty easy to read. I said, well, great, because if a seventh grader can read it, and they read it,
Mhm.
sixth grade, fifth grade, it's like if you can read it and understand it, which is the way I built ScoreNavigator. I built it on when my son, who's now 30, when he was in the third grade.
Okay.
22 years ago. And I built it, and his classmates beta tested the product. And I said, if I can get third graders in Georgia to understand credit in a product that I'm going to put out to the United States,
Yes,
then
yes.
everybody can do it. And it cost me pizzas delivered by Scooby Doo.
You
least
got this.
least expensive beta test you could ever do. And I knew if they could understand it, then I could build an easy to understand product. And the same with the book. It's not, you don't have to be a real big intellect to deal with common sense and deal with reality. Things are going on in your life because of you,
Yes, they
not
are.
because of anybody else around you.
That's right. That self responsibility and one step at a time. Well, I was going to ask, I'd like to ask at the end, is there anything that you'd like to leave with our audience that maybe you haven't said? Any last words or thoughts that you'd like to share with them?
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You're worthy. We're made in the image of God,
Yes.
and God makes that. And that's not worried about physicality. It's who we are. It's our heart. And we need to spend more time with that instead of trying to one up people. You don't make yourself taller by knocking the legs out from underneath somebody else. But what you do is you get gratification, and talk is cheap. The works. to go out there and do it. I sit with my children and we talk about stuff, but we go feed homeless. So
Mhm.
if you don't get out and do those things, you're not learning anything.
Mhm.
And so it's great that you can do that. And do we do it as often as we should? No. Do I do it as often as I should? No. And we need to do more of that.
Yeah.
Um, the audience that's looking for motivation in order to tell your story or tell a story,
Yes.
everybody wants to hear what you have to say. Don't think that nobody does, and don't think that you're not educated enough in, in order to tell your story. It's the
Yes.
humble, it's the people who, those are the ones that have something to say, not all of this get rich quick, do this, do that kind of stuff that's out there. And like I said, with the book writing ventures, no matter what part you fit in with them, they'll find a spot. I didn't need anybody to write my words for me. I needed somebody to encourage me to um, put it together and then work hard to put it out amongst, you know, a million new books that come out every year,
Indeed.
and where it gets lost into, but it may
Wherever
change one person's life. It may change one person's life. One book that's changed my life is the Bible. And so, that's the best book that anybody could ever do. But you can have that book and have another book there with you,
so
um, in order to entertain yourself.
in order to get the what is it, inspiration perhaps, yes. And
Well, they can go hand in hand if you watch what you're doing with it,
yeah,
um, and even the characters that are in a book, depending on what type of book um, that you put together and what you do. So
absolutely.
books are
You know,
great for you. They're better than TV and better than video games.
I love reading. I know, as you were talking about the support with book writing venture, I also am experiencing that. I have a book that's been written and is in the publishing process with book
Okay.
writing venture right now too. And so I look forward to talking about that shortly, in the upcoming months as we go forward. But I have found such support. And I didn't think I could do this either. I didn't think so. I had an idea. I wanted to put it out there. I was excited about that. But as soon as I started writing my own words, I got so scared. I just really, I was judging myself, saying, like you mentioned earlier, well, this is stupid. People are going to laugh at me. It's like, but I have to say, David Blake, my agent, is invaluable. He
He
has
is.
just
He is. Yeah,
supported me more
he
than
is.
100%.
Ab-
And
ab-
so I keep taking these steps forward, and he's just like walking right beside me right there, and we're moving together, and it's happening. Things are going forward.
and he'll do that. He's very understanding, and so um, and I'm a pushbacker because again, it's like, you know, the,
Well,
the
and
book's
and
done.
I
Now
think
leave me alone.
yeah, I know. I think a lot of people will resonate with that because we all have those little insecurities about our own work. I can work for a company and write all day long, and then I come over here to write for myself, and all of a sudden,
But don't make
it's
it about insecurity, Melissa. Make it about being who you are. And no
mm,
matter what that is, it will resonate with people, and they will know your personality and your heart from it. When you get books today, especially for younger people,
mhm,
if there's just too much, if it's just too structured, and
mm,
you got to use the big words. Jesus spoke in like two syllables.
right.
He
Good
kept
point.
everything simple.
Right.
He kept every single thing that he did was simple so that everybody could understand it. And so these writers that come out and they gotta, look up like the thesaurus and get these big words to throw in there, doesn't impress anybody. And so just speak from your heart when you write. And I can
Yes.
tell your heart, your personality from the time that we've spent together. Just be you, and you will be successful. And success is not measured by other people. It's measured by yourself and what you accomplish and what makes you happy. And
Yes.
then you make the Father happy, you're gonna make yourself happy. I'm telling you. It works for me.
Amen to that, Rusty.
Okay.
Oh, man. Well, it has just been an absolute pleasure to have you as our guest here on, I forgot the name of our podcast, Empowering Voices. That's what we are. And that's
I
what
should
we're
have
doing.
talked
Oh,
louder
my
or
goodness.
something. Empowering. Yeah. Yeah.
Empowerment. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we hope to pass, let that known to other people, because this is an empowerment company, and they care so much about the writers and the creators that come for help. It's such a pleasure to be aligned with Book Writing Venture. And I'm going to talk to the audience just for a moment, Rusty, and I'm just going
Okay.
to remind everyone, if you would please again subscribe, like, and make a comment. Have a comment. Did you like the podcast? Did you have any questions? Can we help you with anything to sort out some information on a project that you might be doing? We have a ton of services at Book Writing Venture, and we just invite you to come and explore the website and see what's available there. You're welcome to contact me directly, of course, if you have any questions. And let's see, what else can we do here? I'm just truly excited again about being with Book Writing Venture, helping people use their voice, share it with the world. And thank you everyone for being here today. Rusty, let's set a few months down the
Yeah.
road. Let's do this
Yeah.
again.
Stay in touch with me. Okay.
I
I'm
will.
looking
It's
forward to your
just
book
been,
coming out, and I'll be one of the buyers. So
well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I am your host, Melissa Guccione at Book Writing Venture. And until next time, remember, everybody, we are your partners in success. So keep dreaming big. Till next
thank
time.
you.
Thank you. Take
Bye-bye.
care.